Have you ever experienced time flying? Maybe when you are with your most loved person on earth, with your best friend group, maybe when you are painting or dancing or singing, or maybe you love adventure sports. How does the time fly? And what happens when you've just had a breakup? The days drag on. Or maybe when you're stuck in a lecture that you find boring. You keep looking at the watch, right? What happens? Do you start moving faster or slower on the time axis? Or does the time axis shrink or expand depending on the activity that you're doing? Or is the whole concept of time just an illusion? Think about it. Let's see where we are in time right now. But Sugandha, it's 15th February, 11:15 a.m. So we must be here. There is no time axis to take us to past or future, right? True. But there is a type of time where you can time travel. What is that? Psychological time. You can just think about 10 years ago and you are there. You can just think about 5 days later and you'll be there. Psychological time travel. In short, not being present. I'm an 80s kid. When I was in school, I remember the teacher used to call out one of us or throw chalk at us saying that you're physically present in the class but mentally absent. Should I mark you absent? That was the wake-up call from the psychological time travel. The mind has a tendency to take us on a time travel to anywhere we want to be. So let's try to become present in the now moment. Very simple. I want you to activate all your 5 senses. The sense of sight, the sense of sound, the sense of smell, the sense of taste, and the sense of touch. Don't just look in front of you, see what you're seeing. Take it in fully and process it. Don't just hear, listen. Do not just breathe. Breathe consciously. Smell the fragrance. Try to think about what you ate last. What is it that you drank last? Maybe there is a taste in your mouth. Feel the warmth of the seat you are on. Now that all your 5 senses are activated, you are coming to the present moment. But still, it is possible that your mind will continue to do the psychological time travel. So I want you to do a simple exercise with me. Just close one of your senses, the sense of sight. Close your eyes. Just a couple of minutes. And focus on your breath, your sense of smell. Take some deep inhales and exhales as I guide you through this. Keep all your rest of the 4 senses activated. Listen to the sounds around. Do not just register them. Take in the smells. Feel the air. Is it cold? Is it warm? Feel the seat beneath you, the ground beneath you. If you find that your mind is taking you on a psychological time travel, do not get bogged down by it. Do not latch on to your thoughts, just let them come and let them go. And when you're ready, open your eyes. What you're experiencing right now is the present moment, the now moment. What if there was no time axis? What if there was no past or future? What if the time axis collapsed into one point, the now? What if time stood still? What would that mean? Think. You would not worry about getting late anywhere. You would not worry about the next meal time. the next deadline, the next time you have to meet someone. You'll just be here right now in this moment, enjoying and letting the moment unfold as you like it. You would not have to plan anything in your life, from your dinner tonight to your graduation, your family, your children's studies, your retirement, nothing. You can see and experience the present moment without the lens of future planning. You can be here fully. What else would happen? You would not have any past. No traumas, no failures, no breakups, no sad days, nothing that can tint your experience of the present moment. You can be here purely without the baggage of the past, heavy, making you heavy. Okay? And what else would happen? If there is no past, that means you would have to drop all your tags. Age, name, family name, your religion, your background, your upbringing. Just for a few seconds, can you drop everything and be here just as a presence, as a pure consciousness, sitting here listening to a nice talk? How would that feel? But Sugandha, that is how animals live. We are humans. We can utilize time, isn't it? Exactly my point. We are humans. We can conceptualize time and we can use it for our upliftment. But we should use it for our upliftment and upliftment only. But what are we doing? We are saying that we are this angry person because we were abused 10 years ago. We are saying that we are not confident because we were ridiculed 5 years ago. We are saying that we are depressed because we lost a loved one 2 years ago, or we had a breakup 6 months ago. We are not being in the present. We are carrying the baggage of the past and the worries of the future all time with us. How are we different from animals? We can psychologically time travel. We can learn from our past mistakes and do not repeat them in the future. We can anticipate dangers that can happen in the future. The animals can't. They live pretty much very instinctively. We can use symbols and clocks and plan huge gatherings. We can design whole civilizations around the concept of time. Animals can't. We have books on history. We have general knowledge books from the past taking down the knowledge to the future. Animals cannot do any of that. We can give up short-term pleasure for long-term gain. The animals pretty much will do whatever they find the best in the moment. We humans have existential awareness. We ask questions like, what will happen to me tomorrow? Do animals ask what will happen to me tomorrow? No. So we humans do not have to experience time passively. We can use it as a tool for our benefit, but for our benefit only. What is the difference between clock time, chronological time, which is right now 15th February, 11:25 a.m., and the psychological time? The difference is the clock time is fixed, it is measurable, and it is external. The psychological time is relative. It cannot be measured and it is very internal to us. The clock time helps us organize things in life. The psychological time takes us on an emotional ride, gives us memories, emotions related to the memories, and anticipations of future. The clock time is the now moment. The psychological time is mostly past or future. The clock time says 60 minutes is equal to 1 hour. The psychological time says if it's a joyful hour, it feels like a few minutes, whereas if it's a boring hour, it feels like eternity. And that's why when you're doing your favorite activity, it seems like the time is flying. But why should we not travel in psychological time? What is wrong with that? What is the whole problem with psychological time travel? Sri Ramana Maharshi said, when the past happened, it happened in the present moment. It was present then. When the future will happen, it will happen in the present moment. If you look closely, past and future are just the constructs of the mind. They are not true. The only truth is the present moment, the eternal now. Every moment unfolds as now. Have you seen past anywhere except in history books or probably in your videos, archives, and in the neural circuits of your brain? Have you seen future anywhere except in your planners and again in your mind? The only tangible moment is the present moment. But what are we doing? We are spending most of our life planning for the next moment. Saturday night party, we'll not enjoy the whole week, we'll wait for Saturday night to enjoy. We'll wait for our birthday once a year to have some fun. Anniversary, we'll have fun then, not now. 99.9% of our lives is now this mundane moment of doing everyday chores. It is not the special events. The special events are less than 1% of our lives. And what are we doing? We are spending away the whole life full of present moments by wasting them away, by not giving enough importance to them. We are not feeling whole in our lives, complete in our lives in the present moment. We have made the present moment a means to an end to achieve the next moment, the next promotion, the next graduation, the next. I'll talk about my own life. I'm an 80s kid. We didn't have screens at that time, very little TV. I had a huge window of days in my life to be present as a child. I used to take every moment on the face value of it, as it is, as it comes. No time travel, psychological. As I grew up, as I joined my job, life became all about planners, calendars, meetings. I started planning more and more to be on time, to complete on time. When I became a mother, while I was enjoying the perks of motherhood, I started getting into a lot of to-do lists. Because if I'm going out of the house and if the diaper is missing, if the child's medicine is missing, if the meal is missing, that entire outing would very soon turn into a disaster. To avoid that, I would plan the next meal time, the next nap time for mine, the next meeting, the next promotion, the next. And slowly, my whole life became all about the next moment. I started feeling very robotic, very mechanical in my life, and I'm sure a lot of you feel that your life has become very robotic, very mechanical. There is no happiness in the moments. Why? Because we are not being present in the moment. We are not able to find stillness in our small moments. So that's when I started practicing yoga. You know, I always say this, when you're working out in the gym, you can put on your headphones, you can listen to a music, and you can be anywhere in psychological time and you can still be running on the treadmill or working out. In yoga, you can't do that. If you're not present in yoga, you'll not be able to listen to your body and you might get an injury. You'll not be able to balance well. You'll not be able to focus on your inhalation and exhalation, which is very, very central to yoga. And inhalation and exhalation is a way to anchor yourself to the present moment. So when I used to be on my mat, I used to feel very present, very alive, very calm. And I used to wonder why the rest of the day doesn't feel as good as yoga feels. And then I realized that that presence is something that was missing in my life. So I started taking that presence beyond my mat and into my life. I realized that instead of planning about the next moment, let me be here now and enjoy this moment completely, no matter what it is. Even if I'm making a cup of tea, instead of watching TV, listening to a song, listening to a podcast, I now completely focus on making that tea. Right? So I have some very practical tips for you to feel this presence, this stillness in the now moment in all of your lives, and then practice them for a couple of days. Just completely practice presence as I tell you today too. And then you will notice that you don't have to wait for the weekend party or the next event to feel happy anymore. You can be feeling happy right now in your very everyday boring moments. First of all, when you wake up in the morning, do not grab your phone, do not switch on the TV. Even if you're simply just brushing your teeth, which you've been doing for years and years now, and it feels very mundane, just do it with full consciousness. You'll see, you'll feel so much alive. Switch on all your five senses. Take in everything from the moment. Listen to the sound of the water from the tap. Even when you're showering, do it slowly. Still, be still. Do not rush for the next activity. Life is happening in this moment, in the now moment. Okay? The next thing that you can do is have focused conversations with your loved ones or with your friends or whoever you are talking to. Do not just listen to them to give a response. Listen to them carefully. Observe their tones, their expressions. Fully give your full self to listening to that and then respond and then talk slowly. Even while you're commuting, even when you're in the middle of the traffic and you're just not enjoying, find stillness in that. That is life. That is when life is happening. Do not try to get over with it soon. So even on your commute every day, be still. Be present. When you're doing a focused work, like you're working in office or in your workplace, try to set aside time for focused work. Do not let personal life spill onto professional life or social media spill onto your time of work, and vice versa. Do not let that happen. Be fully present in your work. You'll find that you're enjoying your work more. And finally, have mindful movement. Whether you're working out at the gym or you're doing yoga, do not try to distract yourself with blaring music. Listen to your body. Even while lifting weights, listen to your body. Be present in that moment. If you practice yoga, you'll definitely feel that presence. And finally, before you go to bed at night, give yourself time to wind down. Slowly, practice some pranayam. There are very simple pranayams that are there. Read a book, give your full presence to it. Slowly focus on your breath and feel grateful before you go to sleep. Feel grateful for the beautiful day that you had today. Finally, I want to conclude by saying that the question is not what if time stood still. The question is what if you did. Finally, instead of just listening to the sounds of the birds, just registering them, truly listen to them. Instead of just registering your child's laughter, truly listen to it. Instead of just consuming that cup of tea, taste it fully. Instead of just looking into the eyes of your loved one when they are speaking, truly see them. The present moment is waiting for you. It's waiting for you to arrive. Namaste.